Master, it's so clean. If you saw the inside of my lamp, it's... wow. I'd be so embarrassed after this. All right, I'll put my lamp here. Know what? Just in case, I'm going to go in first so I can tidy up a bit if it doesn't take us to Eram. Oh, thank the sands. After seeing the inside of his lamp, I realized how messy mine is. I'm just glad you didn't have to see it. I can't believe I'm in Eram Palace. In genie terms, this is as fancy as it gets. Oh, Master, this is so exciting, isn't it? Oh, right over here, I put a special magic carpet with a lamp on it. If we need to get back to Caravan, that'll take us. Now we just need to find those jerky Jinn who tricked me. And of course, Irkala herself. They're bound to be around here somewhere. But the question is, how do we find them? I guess we'll have to interrogate these genie guards. You lead, Master.
why are you bothering us? Not our fault you got fooled. The senior Jin are in the gardens. Gosh, go be their problem.
Well, if it's not my favourite two fools, Ditzy Istar and our Patsy Wizard sidekick. But why in the nine planes are you here?
Let's see. You lied to me, betrayed me, and left me in the clutches of Ali Baboon. I might say revenge, but we're above that, aren't we, Master? No, we're actually here because you stole the chrono shards, and we're here to take them back. I think that sums it up.
Your petty little intentions are irrelevant. You're not worthy to be in Irem Palace. Come closer, Junior Genie, and I will show you why.
all that anger wasn't healthy. You were there. I may be a junior genie, but I've learned a thing or two over the centuries. Would it be wrong if I said I enjoyed that? I hope not, Master, because I did. I really did. Now, who's next?
Oh, it's about time. I've been waiting for you two to come. I was on your side all along, of course.
Oh, really? Let me get this straight. First you betray the Baron, then you betray us, and now you betray Irkala? And you expect us to trust you?
Well, when you put it that way. Fine, you figured me out. Are you happy? I hope so. That way, you can enjoy your final moments.
One of those traitorous airbags left. Old Murdak. Now, where do you think he's hiding?
Oh, what have we here? A familiar face, I believe? Oh, yes, I remember you two. From Tabby Manor, of course. A messy business, that was.
You remember betraying us as well? I hope so, because you're about to pay for it.
I suppose I can drop the act at this point. The doddering old Ginny! I can't believe you fell for it. You realize Jinn don't age. No, growing old isn't something we Jinn get to enjoy. Of course, it's a luxury you won't be afforded either now, wizard. Come, let's end this.
That was the most fun I've had in centuries. I'm actually a little worn out. Maybe we can come back some other time for Irkala? Oh, fiddlesticks. I know we can't really do that, but I have to admit, she makes me a little nervous. All right, chin up, Istar. Let's go.
Now what? You? Both of you? I was told you'd be in the Shadow Realm by now, Wizard. And you, Istar. I imagined you conjuring bananas somewhere.
Wait, you actually know my name? I thought you didn't care about us, Junior Jin. That we didn't even merit your attention?
Oh, don't be mistaken. You most certainly don't. But now that you're here, I suppose I shall have to deal with you. Come on, then. Don't delay. little curse, I think. How amusing. How amusing. How amusing. A little curse, I think. How amusing. How amusing. How amusing. How amusing. Now this is genie magic. How amusing. How amusing. How amusing. No! You can't! How dare you defeat me? A human wizard and a junior genie? It's not possible! It must be all the stress. Yes, it must be. You've earned an explanation at least, I suppose. Come to my sanctum, and we'll have a pleasant little talk, yes? And then you'll leave. There now. This is better, isn't it? A polite conversation between former adversaries. I shall endeavor to explain myself. It's true, I made a mistake. I knew Xerxes wasn't who he claimed to be, but I had my own agenda. I wished for the liberation of all Jinn. So I struck a bargain to steal the chrono shards for Grandfather Spider. Only too late did I learn I'd fallen victim to the most classic trick. Grandfather Spider will grant my wish. We will be liberated, but only when he reverses the sands of time and literally unmakes the spiral. Yes, you heard correctly. Spider will use the chrono shards to turn back time and erase our very existence. All of us and all of this. I fear there's nothing any of us can do at this point. I suggest you inform your friends so they can make the most of the time they have left.
Well, that's depressing, isn't it, Master? Let's go back to the alchemist. Or Santiago. Maybe he'll have some idea of what we should do?
Ah, good. Dumuz had sent word that you had either made it to Irem Palace or had become lost between planes. I assume it was the former. So, Grandfather Spider intends to use the chrono shards to turn back the sands of time. That does make sense. Nonetheless, the only question that matters now is how do we stop him? And the answer is, I don't know. We may simply be beaten. I will, however, meditate on the matter. In the meantime, Wanderer, An urgent dispatch has come from Wizard City. You must go see Merle Ambrose.
Then I should return to the Sultana. I'd say it was fun, Wizard, and it actually was. Except the last part. I'll see you again, I hope.
I will leave soon and wander the desert sands to meditate on our troubles. Resolve matters swiftly in Wizard City, and then meet me back here.
Today's assignment is to get a reading by defeating one of these creatures in this location. Good luck! Today's assignment is to get a reading by defeating one of these creatures in this location. Good luck!
Oh, there you are, my good friend. I'm glad you received my dispatch. Much has transpired since last we spoke. I'm pleased to tell you that your friend Mallory has come a long way. She's become my go-to wizard for all manner of errands. Meantime, I have spent much time searching for information about the Cabal, but Malistaire's journal remains our best lead. You may recall the reference to the initials G and D. I must believe this refers to Duncan Grimwater, since we know he's involved. To that end, Mallory has tracked Duncan down, but I want you to help confront him. So, when you can, please join Mallory in Old Town.
Finally! I thought I'd be standing here forever. Headmaster Ambrose said you'd come, but I had my doubts. How are things in Mirage? Really? Grandfather Spider plans to turn back the sands of time? Wow! That's got to have something to do with the Eye of History. Since you left, I've been helping Ambrose on this end. And it's been about 1,000,000 times more fun. Now, we get to confront Duncan Grimwater. To Triton Avenue, then. That's where Duncan's hiding out. This'll be just like old times. You take the lead, and I've got your back.
Oh man, not you again! When you beat me back at Malastaire's house, it pretty much ruined my chances of joining the Cabal.
Not before you brokered the deal with Malastair and took the Eye of History. We're on to you, Duncan.
Wait, you think I'm the Cabal's agent? Pshaw, I wish. I already told you they've rejected me at every turn. And I'm not saying who the real agent is either. If she found out, I'd never be able to walk down Firecat Alley again. Ah, I didn't say that.
Thank you, Duncan. Wizard, I think we got what we came for, didn't we? Let's go tell Ambrose.
Well, isn't this a treat? Seeing the two of you together warms my heart. Oh, but tell me, what did you learn from Duncan Grimwater?
Apparently, Duncan's not the agent after all. But he gave us a clue. It's a she who lives on Firecat Alley. Any idea who it could be?
She lives on Firecat Alley and has the initials G and D. Aha! Of course! It makes perfect sense. Greta Darkkettle.
Wait, you mean that batty old witch who's always talking about curses?
Yes, Greta knew about the Death School before anyone else. Oh, and then she remained in Wizard City even after resigning from Ravenwood. We must move fast. Wizard, you and Mallory must go question Greta right away. Be careful. She's clearly more dangerous than we realized.
Drat! She's not here! But she can't have gotten far. Let's look for clues to where she's gone.
The document appears to be a standard Wizard City property deed, but strangely, it's for the house across the street.
Ooh, what's that? A deed for the house across the street? Sounds like a solid clue to me. Let's investigate. Look at this place. A secret Cabal safe house right under our noses this whole time. And there's a trap door. I wonder what's down there. I don't know what, but I do know who. Greta Darkkettle. Let's go.
Look here, it's the Curse Breaker, the Banshee's Bane. I had a feeling you'd eventually catch on. And now you found a safe house, too. You know, I actually had my eye on you at one point. I thought you'd be a good recruit for the Cabal, better than that dingbat Grimwater. But of course you were loyal to Ambrose, and then you had to go and join the Arcanum. Ugh! Oh yes, we know all about the Arcanum. Just as the Arcanum knows all about the Cabal. Oh, but they haven't been honest about that, have they? Now you'll never know the truth! thought you would drive me out of Wizard City. Fine, I'll go. Did you know that at first I only suspected you as a Cabal spy? Of course not. You chose the wrong side, Wizard. But it's no...
Whoa, that was heavy. You really think she's telling the truth? No way. I can't believe the Arcanum would do that. Look, you should go and clear this up with the Arcanum. I'm going to ask Ambrose for permission to help you in Mirage. I'll catch up.
Today's assignment is to get a reading by defeating one of these creatures in this location. Good luck!
This is our last chance to turn back. Then follow me to battle! Ooh, yeah!
And just where do you think you're going, Initiate? Ione gave me specific instructions. She's not to be disturbed. You can't...
You dare to storm into my office? Fitzhume told you to stop. You what? You confronted an agent of the Cabal? Alone? I feel shocked. So the Cabal agent said we were lying to you. I've spoken no falsehoods, but I haven't told you the entire truth either. We knew the Cabal was watching you, and that you were tainted by shadow magic. Actually, we subjected Velma von Venkman to the same scrutiny. It's true, we know about the Cabal. Its leaders were once in the Arcanum, before the Schism. But initiates are never privy to this knowledge. Very well, the time has clearly come. I can say no more until you become an understudy. Fortunately, your eligibility has already been approved. To advance to the rank of Arcanum understudy, you must now speak with Cyril Cassini and face the appropriate trial. Then return.
Aha! The face of the Arcanum's future stands again before the Arbiter practice. I knew from our duel that you would be a rising star here. And you are now eligible to face the trial of the understudy, yes? That is the quickest turnaround for an initiate I have ever seen. But I am confident you will do well once again. You are familiar with the trial chambers. The door to this one is back out in the hallway. Face the trial of the understudy, and if you succeed, you may simply return to Ione. Until next time, my friend.
The trial chamber is much like the others, but your opponent is far more exotic. It's an elemental that seems to be made from the void itself. During the duel, it seemed as though the elemental was seeking to As the elemental dissipates, however, it feels as though you are magnetically propelled in the opposite direction.
I suppose I should say congratulations. You are now an Arcanum understudy with the benefits and the responsibilities that entails. As an understudy, you will have a private office to decorate and use however you like. You will find the entrance just down the hall. As to the truth about the Cabal, you now have clearance for this knowledge. I already told you that they were once part of the Arcanum. I could tell you the entire story, but it would take many hours, and I feel unprepared to do so. The Cabal's work was performed in what we now call the Forbidden Wing, behind the warded door. We do not go in there under any circumstances. There is a small library, however, where we keep historical records about the Schism. It is simplest for you to learn about the history there. Visit the Schism Reading Room, read about the past there, and then return and we will discuss the future.
Excellent. Though I hesitate to distract from your mission, I believe I've discovered a spell that might aid in your efforts. As you know, Mirage has a long and troubled history. There were times when the entire world was nearly wiped out. Though such events were not pretty, there was power in them. To recreate one on a smaller scale could be helpful, but I lack one ingredient. Bring me the fossilized locust jar from the old Motaman cave near Caravan, and then we shall together gain an advantage over our enemies.
The small library is as still and silent as a tomb. The secrets in here were hidden because they were too painful for the scholars to bear. The massive book would take years. Centuries ago, the first scholars came together to study the mysteries of magic and the secrets of the spiral. Some among the scholars became convinced the spiral was doomed and that restoring the first world was the only hope for the future. They knew countless lives would be lost, so they began building the Arcanum to protect a group of survivors they would select. But others among the scholars opposed the dark plan. The two sides fought. The first group was defeated and exiled. They formed the Cabal. The other group of scholars finished building what became the Arcanum, but used it instead as a base for their studies and experiments. To this day, the Cabal continues to search for a way to restore the First World at any cost. The Arcanum wages a secret war to stop them.
Yet another archaeologist? This treasure is too valuable for a museum. Besides, it was my ancestors who left it. At least I think. Either way, I am a pirate, and I am taking it. All of it. Bested me today, Wayfarer. These treasures are yours. There will always be another day, however. You'd be wise to watch your back.
You search the treasure chest and find the fossilized locust jar. It's fragile to the touch, but it carries a heavy sense of doom.
You know the entire truth now, the darkest part. You also understand why we cannot do. As you read, the Cabal seeks to restore the... Kizma has confirmed that the Cabal took the eye of... We assume that Grandfather Spider's collusion with them. Thus, it is imperative you return to Mirage and find a way to stop them. Speak to Kizma before you leave. Good luck, understudy.
Well done, understudy. This is precisely what I needed to conjure a small plague. Such magics are volatile, however. I will keep control. You will wield it through me. This Kizma's plague spell will summon me, and then I will call down the plague on your enemies. Use it sparingly. Congratulations on your advancement to understudy. Let us hope we can prevent your achievement from being short-lived. I believe I only informed you of my efforts to investigate the Cabal's activities in Mirage, the Silent City. As on other worlds, the Cabal has spent years embedding their agents. We believe they've infiltrated the Order of the Chronomancers. So return and reconnect with your contacts, but then make haste to the Chronoverge and expose them if you can. Stay strong, understudy.
At last, the Wanderer of Worlds returned. Well, what I found instead was this young cat who has disturbing revelations about what's underway at the Chronoverge.
Indeed. Wizard, perhaps you remember me from Xerxes' tomb? After we parted, I returned to the Chronoverge, but soon learned a terrible truth. Chronomaster Devlin and the others are all part of some group known as the Cabal. They've seized control and reversed the sands of time. Even if I were able to get back into the Chronoverge and defeat them, I wouldn't have the foggiest notion of how to set things aright again.
There may yet be a way. At the Spiral's dawn, it said Grandmother Raven safeguarded the secrets of time with a being known as the Chronocle. if you could consult this chronicle, but I don't know where, only that it's believed to be inside the Timeless Tower.
The Timeless Tower? That's in the Sruven Grotto. It's forbidden, but... Wizard, quickly, to Caterwall Canyons. I'll show you the way.
I traveled to Krakatopia once. It was okay. Not enough sun for my teeth.
There! That must be the entrance to the Sruven Grotto. I heard it was more difficult to find. But I suppose we shouldn't complain. This appears to be the place. We studied the lore in Chronomancer training, but frankly, I wasn't the best student. There's a scroll keeper involved, and, if time reverses, theoretically, we'd come back again. So, what do we have to lose, right? Let's start by getting a closer look. Wait, it's coming back to me. These guardians were the first cats. Ancestors to House Persian, but duty-bound to remain here even in death. I suppose that doesn't really help us much, does it? Let's try to get one of them to tell us where to find this scroll keeper. In the name of House Persian and by my authority as a chronomancer, I command you, Guardian, tell us where to find the Scroll Keeper.
Ah, what? House who? I don't think your titles carry much weight here, but you're looking for the Scroll Keeper? Maybe she's in the House of Scrolls. I mean, I'm just guessing, but that does seem like the obvious choice. Either way, our duty's done. We were told to guard this place for eternity, but no one said what to do when defeated. I say we are released.
It's about time. You must be the new scroll couriers. Are you picking up or dropping off?
That depends. Do any of these scrolls tell us how to get into the Timeless Tower? If so, then we're picking up.
I don't keep secrets like that on paper. Besides, whoever you are, you made a wrong turn somewhere. Unfortunately, it was a fatal mistake. I will see you purged! Hold back! Hold back. I admit it. I'm unfurled. What are you going to do? Destroy all the scrolls?
Of course not. It would be a crime to destroy such a wealth of knowledge. We simply want the secret to entering the Timeless Tower.
Very well. But I warn you, if you won't be deterred, then take this tinder and light the braziers of seconds and centuries. That will unseal the doors to the tower.
Great Sans, what happened? Oh dear. This is quite fascinating, really. It seems we've somehow been transported in time. This is clearly the Zruvan Grotto, but this is way back before it was buried in sand, when the first Guardians yet lived. Did we do this? No. More likely it's the Sands of Time. Let's hurry, though we'll have to defeat the guards again. Or, for the first time.
I can't believe it. On duty for such a short time and already defeated. No one told us what to do if this happened.
Actually, we've just come from the Scroll Keeper. She wanted to test you, and of course you failed. So you can go now. You're released.
That doesn't seem fair, not being warned or anything. But I guess it means we can have lives after all. No complaints here.
That seems to have done the trick. I guess we can enter the Timeless Tower now. But what in the sands we can expect inside, I have no idea.
You enter the Timeless Tower, expecting almost anything. But what's really surprising is that it's a familiar sight.
Jehoiakatan wanderers, I do not know what purpose brings you to the Timeless Tower, but by order of Grandmother Raven, entry is restricted.
It's nice to be greeted in such a civil fashion. We simply wish an audience with the Chronicle. If you could point us in the right direction.
By the Spiral's light, am I to be tested so soon? My fellow Luvalim have not even arrived to establish the trials. I will do my duty, however. You will not gain entry to the Chronicle's chamber. I will protect the portal with my life if I must. Jehoah-Sharam, I am defeated. But if you enter that portal, you do so in defiance of Grandmother Raven herself. You will earn her wrath.
You fought with honor, Vigilant. We do not relish acting in defiance of you or Grandmother Raven, but we have no choice. Subjected to the ravages of time. I never imagined. I heard legends, but to behold this being, I am truly humbled. It is your place to consult the Chronicle Wizard. I will stand aside. I am merely honored to witness this event.
Time is no circle, but the impact of this moment is critical in both future and past. Distant we see, the sundering was stopped, but the matter of sand remains unsettled. The light winces, but for the moment the shadow's tale must be told. It was Titan's tantrums that interrupted the First World's dance, but for Raven it also meant the end of all romance. Spider's love was unbridled and unbound, but also unspoken. As Raven cast him down, Spider's heart was broken. When the spiral was woven with trees' inspiring song, Raven brought light and order, yet something was wrong. Their creation was flawed without Spider's presence, so she stole the broken chaos heart to charge the spiral's essence. The tale is told, and the moment realized. The sand may stay unsettled, but without the heart, the spiral's expiration is assured.
Sorry, I couldn't help but overhear a few bits and pieces there. I have to say, it didn't sound very promising, did it? Perhaps Santiago can make some sense of the message. Yes, let's return to Caravan, assuming it's there, of course. Worth a try?
I understand what drove you to defy my servants, but this was unnecessary. You have now been exposed to knowledge unfit for any mortal. Judge me not for what you learned. If I chose otherwise, there would be no spiral. Doomed as it may be, it has still been a glorious ride. For the moment, I've set time aright again. To reset the sands, you must reclaim the chronoshards and the Eye of History from the Chronoverge. But make no mistake about my intentions. The priority now is to destroy Spider for once and all, whatever the cost. Do not fail me in this.
I believe my mind has just been blown, and not for the first time today. I'll give you a moment to yourself. Meet me back in Caterwall Canyons. I won't pretend to understand everything that's going on here, or even all of what's at stake. I'm going directly to the Chronoverge to try and assess the situation there, what it will take to breach the Cabal's defenses. You should report back to Santiago and let him know what we've learned. Then, come and join me at the Chronoverge. Together, we will find a way to face whatever forces oppose us. I'm sure of it. See you at the Chronoverge.
I can see perhaps you are more encouraged, however, by the...
Well, I didn't say that exactly. I just said we went back a ways. And we do. So I came to help. From what I just heard, you need it.
Indeed, time is of the essence, quite literally. So I won't ask for all the details, Wanderer. Just tell me what we need to do. Back to the Chronoverge, then? If you feel equipped to face whatever awaits you there, then do not delay. May the winds be with you, both of you.
This really is just like old times. You and me looking up at one of the wonders of the spiral, fighting the odds to save the day. Things have gotten better for me at Ravenwood. The school's really grown on me, but it still pales in comparison to this. Not to be sappy, but whatever happens up there, I want you to know that adventuring with you is my favorite thing. All right, let's go.
It appears a fierce battle was fought here. Any loyal chronomancers who remained were incapacitated by the Cabal's infiltrators.
I can't believe how easily my fellow chronomancers were defeated. These Cabal members must have planned this for years. Even more disturbing, the sands of time have been reversed again. Whatever reprieve Grandmother Raven gave us was certainly short-lived.
I'm sure she did everything she could. I'm Mallory, by the way. You can think of me as the wizard's personal assistant. I help get the job done.
I'm glad you came along. I would be of little assistance at this point. The Cabal clearly has a way of countering Chronomancer magic. That's the portal that leads down to the surface within the Sands of Time, but the Chronomaster has closed the blast door to block entry. Before we can do anything else, you'll need to storm his office in the chapter hall and reopen the portal blast door.
Yes, it's the one from the Arcanum. I've waited my entire career for an opportunity to face one of our mortal enemies in combat.
Don't be overconfident. Arcanum members are formidable adversaries. Remember our training. There's a method to ensure victory. Use it.
So much for their methods. I say winging it is better. It's more fun, too. Let's keep going.
Come to join me in savoring the spiral's last few minutes? It's quite an occasion. The Cabal has labored towards this goal for centuries. You helped too with the Chrono Shards and liberating Grandfather Spider. He made this possible, you know. And now he's doing all the work. And no need to worry, we're quite safe here. We'll be shepherded through the spiral's annihilation and into the dawn of a new first world.
You're as sick and twisted as Grandfather Spider is, and you'll soon realize how wrong you really are.
Ah, yes. I misspoke.
You're as sick and twisted as Grandfather Spider is, and you'll soon realize how wrong you really are.
Ah, yes. I misspoke. I said we. That's not entirely accurate. You will meet your doom right here and now, at my hand. You defeat me. You reactivate the portal. You enter the sands of time. And what? You defeat Grandfather Spider? Ha! You have no hope.
That must be the way to reopen the blast door. Hit it and let's go.
Thank the sands, you succeeded! The portal is active, and you can now enter the sands of time. I'll remain here to keep the Chronoverge from falling back into the Cabal's clutches. I'd be little help down there anyhow. Take the portal down and do whatever you must to reclaim the Chrono Shards and the Eye of History. That should reset the sands. Whatever power my wishes may have, I send them along with you. The fate of Mirage and all the Spiral hangs in the balance. Godspeed, Wizard.
Surprised to hear it, but I actually waited for you to finish this. You worked so hard. I wanted to at least give you a chance.
Really? You'd risk your master plan of destroying the spiral just for the opportunity to rub our noses in it?
I would. It's one of the prerogatives of being a primal divine force. I can be as petty and absurd as I want. But look at you, young lady. All grown up, confident and outspoken. Another drop of potential lost amid this sea of mediocrity. And you, Wizard. With you I feel a special kinship at this point. That's why I've prepared a gift of sorts, a surprise from your past. Using the Eye of History, I found a few creatures who sorely hoped to see you again. You'll find them guarding the Chrono Shards. If you manage to overcome each of them, I'll be waiting with the Eye of History. You might want to be quick. Time is slipping away.
When Grandfather Spider dragged me from the grave, I thought he was pulling my leg, and he was. Ha ha! But how could I pass up even a remote chance to face you again? And with shadow magic. If only I had this before. Come, give me my vengeance. Don't be trade.
Guy from Unicorn Way? Wow! When Grandfather Spider said he was digging up the past, I never dreamed he'd go that far back. I wonder who's next. Grab that Chrono Shard and let's go to the next dune.
As you collect the Chrono Shard, it dissolves one of the shadow rays that was projected into the sands of time.
You stole all my fame and glory, and with no showmanship whatsoever! Now I will finally get my rematch, and prove I am the best warrior!
Have you noticed I'm a little more helpful than before? Oh, okay, good. I kept waiting for you to say something. Not that I'm trying to take all the credit, of course. You still seem to be holding your own. But hey, we're better together, right? Sorry, I'm veering into Sappy Land again, aren't I? Let's just get the Chrono Shard and head to the next dune.
As you collect the Chrono Shard, it dissolves another one of the shadow rays that was projected into the sands of time.
Is past, and arrived is my hour. You once took my hearts, but left my head. Now I've grown in power. This time, you will be dead.
Canoe Calais! Yep, I know all that stuff. Baba Yaga has a thing for fairy tales and weird poems. I'm not complaining, though. It comes in handy at times like these. Gives me something clever to say, at least. All right, get that last Chrono Shard and then meet me back outside. Then we'll go and finally face Grandfather Spider.
As you collect the Chrono Shard, it dissolves the third shadow ray that was projected into the sands of time. Only one remains.
It looks like whatever hold the shadow magic has on the sands of time is weakened, but there's just that one final strand. I have to tell you, I'm nervous about this. What we have to do in there is beyond anything we've faced. I mean, this is Spider himself. Baba Yaga used to always say, when you've got a dreadful task to undertake, it's best just to get on with it. I guess she's right. This time, though, it's my turn to go first. I'll see you in the dunes. There he is, just waiting for us. For a primal force who plans to destroy the spiral, he sure does make this seem personal. Let's get him.
And at long last, the inevitable showdown between the forces of light and shadow. It's not so clear-cut, however, is it, Tainted One? But battle we must. Though with the sands of time in such a state, I suspect it will add quite an unpredictable dynamic to this contest. Who knows? It might help you win. Of course, the odds of defeating a supreme being such as I, well, they are slim. But come, give me your best. You will not defeat me! That's the spirit!
waiting for us. For a primal force who plans to destroy the spiral, he sure does make this seem personal. Let's get him.